Are you overwhelmed by debt and wondering if Chapter 7 bankruptcy might be the solution? If so, you're not alone. I'm Ben, one of the co-founders here at Ascend Finance, and today I'll be walking you through the essentials of Chapter 7 bankruptcy, what it is, how it works, and what you can expect along the way. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. We put out new videos every week designed to break down complex financial topics into simple, human understandable language to help you manage and get out of debt. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is often thought of as a fresh start bankruptcy because it's one of the quickest ways to eliminate unsecured debt like credit cards or medical bills. But it's not for everyone, and there are some important things to consider before you decide to move forward. Today, we're going to cover a few main points. First, qualifying for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, how much Chapter 7 bankruptcy costs, the basics of secured versus unsecured debts, and which debts are forgiven at the end of a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Fourth, are you going to lose your house or your car? And fifth, the process from filing bankruptcy to the forgiveness of your debts. Let's start with the basics. Also, this video is just for informational purposes only and shouldn't be construed as legal or financial advice. Let's talk about qualifying for Chapter 7 bankruptcy first. Not everyone qualifies for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and that's where the means test comes into play. The means test is a calculation that compares your household income to the median income level in your state. Essentially, it's making sure that Chapter 7 is reserved for people who truly can't pay back their debts. The mean test income limits often change every 6 months or so. And here's one of the state's means test income limits effective for filings from November 1st, 2024 that will most likely go well into 2025. Now, if you're wondering if you qualify for Chapter 7, we built a free Chapter 7 bankruptcy calculator that I linked in the description below that is quick, easy, and updated all the time to estimate qualification. It's 100% free online, doesn't require an email unless you want further analysis, and you don't have to pay an attorney to estimate this information. For those whose income is above the state median, you might actually still qualify based on your necessaries expenses like rent, transportation, and other essentials. We have another free calculator that helps estimate that I can include in the link description below, or a bankruptcy attorney can look through your expenses and see whether you may be able to qualify. Second, what does Chapter 7 bankruptcy actually cost? One of the biggest concerns people have is the cost. Filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy typically involves two main fees, but I will share how you can reduce those fees as well. First, there is a filing fee, which is $338 and often paid to the court when filing. But here's the good news. There are options to make it more affordable. First, you may be able to qualify for a filing fee waiver if your income is low enough, and some people are eligible to pay that filing fee in installments. The calculator I mentioned earlier can help you estimate if you can get that fee waived. If you can't get it waived, like I said, you could get it paid in 3 installments. Second, there are attorney fees if you choose to work with a lawyer, and let me share the estimated cost for that and give a potential alternative. Attorney fees can range between $500 to $3,000, so big difference. And it depends often on things like your case complexity and where you live. If you like to understand how much it costs specifically for you, the free calculator I mentioned earlier also estimates costs in addition to qualification. Many people decide to file with a bankruptcy attorney given the legal nature of a bankruptcy. That said, Chapter 7 bankruptcy is foreign-based bankruptcy. So some individuals to file Chapter 7 without a bankruptcy attorney, which is called pro se. Now, one of the most difficult things if you file without an attorney may be all of the forms that you have to fill out, and there are a lot of them. So I can include a link to the bankruptcy forms in the description below, or you can check out bankruptcy form software such as myfreshstartfinance.com, which is sort of like a TurboTax for bankruptcy. Now, Fresh Start Finance allows you to get started for free to test before you buy, and they also offer other features such as automated case tracking and credit rebuilding software to help you understand how to rebuild your credit after you're being forgiven of the debt. Now that we've covered who qualifies and what it costs, let's talk about the different types of debts that are treated in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and which are forgiven. In bankruptcy, not all debts are handled the same way. Debts are generally categorized as secured or unsecured debt. You can think of unsecured debt as debt without a collateral, like unsecured credit cards, medical bills, and many personal loans. In most cases, Chapter 7 bankruptcy can completely forgive you of all of those unsecured debts. You can think of secured debts as mortgage or car loan. So if you want to keep an asset, you'll often need to keep making payments. If not, you may have to surrender those things in the bankruptcy process. To put simply, unsecured debts can often be eliminated, but with secured debts, if you want to keep that property, you'll need to keep paying for it. It's important to understand these categories so you know what will be affected if you decide to file. Fourth, I speak with a lot of people, and one of the biggest concerns they have is, am I going to lose my car or my house if I file Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Luckily, many states offer exemptions, protections that allow you to keep certain assets such as a house or a car, even if you file Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Exemption laws vary by state, but common exemptions cover a certain amount of equity in your home, a certain amount of equity in your car, household goods, and retirement accounts. For example, in some states, you might be able to protect a certain amount of home equity, while in others, the protection level is higher or lower. If it's helpful, our Chapter 7 calculator below also estimates whether you could lose assets or any assets that may be risk in an estimate based on state and federal bankruptcy exemptions. Finally, let's go over the Chapter 7 process step by step. Let's talk about what the entire process takes and how long it takes. So generally it takes between 3 and 4 months to go from filing to bankruptcy to discharge. Step 1 is deciding whether you're going to file with an attorney or pro se. If you're working with an attorney, you'll meet to discuss your financial situation, including your debts, assets, and income. They'll help you complete and organize the paperwork required for filing. Step 2 may be completing a credit counseling course. Before you file, you'll need to complete a credit counseling course, which is often available online and only takes maybe a couple hours. This course is just a requirement to ensure you've considered all options before filing bankruptcy. I can add a link below in the description for a helpful resource on that. Next, filling out your forms and filing your case. Once your paperwork is ready, you'll file your case with the bankruptcy court. As soon as you file, an automatic stay goes into effect, which immediately stops any collection actions, including wage garnishments, calls, or letters from creditors. Step 4 is to attend the meeting of creditors. About a month after filing, you'll attend a 341 meeting with the bankruptcy trustee. This isn't a court hearing, but rather a quick meeting where the trustee reviews your paperwork, may ask you basic questions, and confirm everything is accurate. This meeting generally only takes a few minutes. Now, I have done many videos and articles on the 341 meeting of creditors if it's helpful for you. Step 5 is completing your debtor education course. After your meeting, you'll take a second financial course, also available online. This course focuses on money management to help you rebuild your financial future. Once completed, you'll receive a certificate of completion, which will be filed with the court. Step 6 is receiving your discharge. Once you've completed these steps, the court will issue a discharge order. This is a document that officially wipes out your eligible debts and releases you from personal liability. This discharge is usually granted within 60 to 120 days of your meeting with the trustee. Once you receive the discharge, your bankruptcy case is essentially over, although the case may remain open for a certain amount of time if the trustee is still evaluating any remaining assets. Before wrapping up, let's go over some key pros and cons to consider. First, a pro of Chapter 7 bankruptcy is that it typically only takes 45 months from start to finish. Second, affordability. To compare to other debt relief options, Chapter 7 may be the least expensive way to eliminate debt. Third, immediate relief from collections. Filing stops all collection activities, immediately offering a break from the stress of creditors, calls, and collectors. Now, the cons may be that Chapter 7 bankruptcy remains on your credit report for 10 years, though many people can start rebuilding it sooner. Second, potential asset loss. While exemptions may protect some items, unprotected assets may be sold to pay for creditors. Another con is that maybe not all debts are discharged. Debts like recent taxes, child support, and many student loans won't be eliminated through a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, Chapter 7 bankruptcy can be a powerful tool to help you get a fresh start. If you're feeling overwhelmed by debt and think bankruptcy might be the right option, feel free to take the free Chapter 7 calculator link below. It's designed to help you understand and estimate eligibility costs and what assets are protected. Also, if this video is helpful, I always appreciate a subscribe or a like, because I always want to make unbiased content that helps you get out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster. Thanks again for watching. And remember, you have options and we're here to help you navigate them.